All right, the last thing I want to show you when it comes to like interactive use is how I've been navigating so quickly. Like, yes, I know how to use Vim. I can navigate Vim pretty quickly. But what if I had something like, I don't know, I want an ls done and ls empty and ls files. Okay, I can run that. That's all good. I can press up and down to bring back the commands from my history. I can also press Control P, which is the same as up for previous, and Control N, which is the same as down for next. That's how I think of it in my head. This is super nice because I don't have to take my hands off the actual like keyboard. I don't have to move over to the arrow keys. I can keep my hand in the same space and just move around, which is super nice. So let's go ahead. Let's pull that command back up. And then some of the things you can do, these are called Readline Shortcuts. It's called Readline. This is what Bash uses. Other programs use it too, like if you're using Node.js. If you were to open up Node.js, it's technically using Readline here. So I could jump around the same thing. If I said like console.log, I know this is a Bash course. Hi, I could press up and it brings up the previous command. I could press Control N, Control P, and it all works. It's because it's using Readline. It's the same library that's going on for Bash. And by default, we are in the Emacs style mode, and this is what I've gotten pretty good at. So let's go ahead and pull back open that ls command. Get ready for this. Press the Alt key or the Super key or your Meta key, whatever that is. By default for me on my Mac, it's Option. If I hold the Option key, I can do Option B to jump backward and Option F to jump forward a word. So convenient. Absolutely so convenient. Cannot live without it. If I go between two words and do Option T, I can swap them. I can swap full words. So I'm doing B to go back, T to swap. How cool is that? It is super useful. It's awesome. If you use Control instead of Option, I can do B to go back one character and F to go forward one character. It's the same as right and left arrow, but you don't have to take your hands off of the actual keyboard and jump to little arrows to find them. Super useful, super awesome. Just like you had Alt T, I can do Control T, and I can swap two letters and move my cursor forward. Very confusing, very specific, very niche when you would need it, but sometimes it's super useful. If you have like a, all right, let's say I were to have suad, which you can see I messed up sudo there. Now on my system, this would work because I have the alias. Put the cursor on the D, hit Control T. Now we have sudo. So it's very situational, but it is kind of useful to know about. The other ones I really like, Control W, delete back a word. Control W, delete back a word. Alt backspace is very similar, but it has a smaller word boundary. So if I were to curl ysap, let's say like, let's do https://ysap.sh/help. There we go. I can do Option B and Option F to jump around this, and I can do Option Delete to just delete up to like a word marker like that. Whereas Control W trashes the whole argument, which again, super nice, super useful. And let's say you're really far over here and you're like, oh man, I need to get to the beginning of the command. Control A to get to the beginning, Control E to get to the end. And one thing I really like, Control U, delete everything up until the left. So Control U is super useful. Obviously, you could also just Control C and get out of what you were doing. So yeah, if you want to learn more about this stuff, these are called Readline Shortcuts. We are in Emacs mode in Bash to get this. I'll put some references at the end of this, but I am scratching the surface. I hope this is giving you a jump off point to go learn more if you want to.